Good morning, sweetheart.
I don't give a damn. From hell or high water, baby or no baby, I am sleeping in my own bed tonight.
It was that uncomfortable?
I'm 6'4", and that couch is 5'6". You tell me.
Honey, I'm really glad Margo stayed the night.
Glad? Why?
Because she had a very restless night. Several times I thought she was going into labor.
But she didn't, did she?
No, she's still here.
Well, let's find another place for her tonight. She didn't lose her water or whatever they call it, did she?
Oh, my God. Clarke, you're impossible.
I just don't want her to mess up the apartment. And I don't want to spend another night like I did last night.
Well, it wasn't exactly fun and games for us either.
That big belly monopolized the bed?
We weren't in bed much. Margo couldn't sleep. And then every time we thought she was going into labor, we'd have to start timing the contractions over and over again.
She couldn't do this at home?
No, not by herself. It'll only be a night or two. I'm sure of it.
Well, Kristen, enough is enough. I mean, next thing you know, she'll be having a kid right here, and I'll have to deliver it. That is not funny.
No, but you are. I wonder how you'll react when the child in question is your baby.
Probably no different.
You're telling me when I'm carrying our baby, you're gonna act like this?
I'm sure when we do it, Kristen, everything will be planned. Now, I better take a shower.
Oh, honey, can you wait a while? Margo just got back to sleep.
I've got a job. All she has to do is sit around and wait for that kid to pop out.
All right, we'll do it quietly.
I'll try.
Honey, with all this grumbling, you're gonna like this baby. You watch and see. I'm sorry. I'm crowding you.
No, you're not. And don't worry.
Worry?
You know what I mean. I'm not gonna force myself on you, Caroline.
I wasn't thinking that.
Yes, you were.
I'm being unfair to you, Thorne.
I don't think of it in terms of fairness.
How do you think of it?
As a problem that's taking some time to solve.
I wish it didn't have to be like this.
Oh, it doesn't, honey. And it won't. The key for us is patience. It's so vital. You have to be ready. You have to want me as much sexually as I want you.
Why do you put up with this?
Because I love you. There isn't anything I won't do. There's no length of time that I won't wait for us to know intimacy. And that day will come.
How can you be so patient?
I told you. Because I love you.
Hey, Logan, what are you up to?
I talked Maria into making Eggs Benedict.
For the two of us.
No, for the four of us.
The folks already left.
I'm talking about Thorne and Caroline. I want us all to become closer. Think I can pull it off?
Logan, I think you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Those words may just come back to haunt you, Forrester.
The Bold and the Beautiful. This portion sponsored by Duncan Hines family of baking mix products. So irresistible, you'll see why you can't help yourself.
Remind me to give my compliments to Maria. Eggs Benedict are really good for a change.
Brooke's idea.
Now, you know, this family really is stuck on a treadmill of coffee and Danish and juice.
I'm from a family of big breakfast eaters. The Forresters aren't.
Well, this is a very nice change of pace. Thank you.
Well, motion moved and carried. Once a week, Logan, you're in charge. We splurge for breakfast.
Wonderful. Caroline, is that all right with you?
Fine.
Well, another thing I like is the four of us together for a change. Nothing against the folks, you understand, but...
So let's plan it. You're right, we're not together enough. Just the four of us.
Which brings me to my next idea.
You are just full of these this morning.
Remember last year at New Year's?
You remember, honey?
I'm not sure that I do.
Big Bear, the cabin.
Oh, yes, the cabin.
Caroline and I are newlyweds, let's not forget. We try to go up to Big Bear for a couple of quiet days of skiing. And when we appear, who do we find but Ridge and Brooke?
Then the big blizzard and we couldn't leave. Mm-hmm. Then the house mother here insists that Brooke and I sleep in separate rooms.
Which means the ladies in the bedroom and Ridge and I on the sofa.
Well, it could have been worse. Could have been your honeymoon.
Well, anyway, that was my next idea. That we all take some time off over the holidays and we go skiing. Stay at the cabin and have a lovely romantic holiday.
That's a great idea. Honey, can you get a couple days off the magazine?
Well, you know, I really won't know for another week or two.
So let's plan it. Tentatively.
Well, if they can't make it, and I sure hope you guys can, then maybe we can go on our own.
Right. You got it.
Well, so do you have any other ideas this morning?
Well, I'm looking for some.
Meaning what?
Christmas presents. Ideas for all of you and your parents.
Oh, well, I know exactly what I would like.
Yeah, so tell us.
A second honeymoon with my wife.
Well, I have an idea. After a couple days up Big Bear, how about you two take off for a couple weeks? Go see the islands, Europe, Switzerland. We can spare you at Forrester.
Oh, that sounds fabulous.
Well, thank you, you two, but I don't think Caroline's going to be able to get that much time off work.
I really don't think I can. I'm sorry. Well, if you'll all excuse me, I have an appointment.
Have a good day.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, I thought you were in the shower.
No, that was Kristen. Good Lord, you're a mess.
Oh, well, you didn't think so when you got me pregnant.
Is it possible you'll ever look the same way again? I mean, have you looked in the mirror? At least you'll have that kid, huh? Now, I suggest if there's anything you can do to help Mother Nature along, do it. I don't want you here tonight.
Well, gee, that's just too bad because your wife does.
I'm serious.
How do
why don't you tell Kristen that? I think I just heard the shower stop. She should be out here momentarily.
Labor. Now. Today. Make it happen.
This could go on for days yet.
Good girl.
Caroline, you're upset. What is it?
This whole morning has been insufferable.
You want to start at the beginning?
No, I really don't. You know, I don't know how I've held it in this long, but it's Brooke Logan. I've had it up to here with her.
All right, what about her?
First, she moves into the house, and now she's moving in on Ridge, closer and closer.
Emotional, you mean?
Exactly.
And how is Ridge responding?
Oh, like a kid in a candy store.
Then I take it you think that Ridge has some feelings for her.
She may have convinced him that he does, but I'm certain that he's not feeling anything that significant.
Then why did he ask her to move back in?
Well, that's very simple. He has needs, and she fulfills them.
That cut and dried?
Look, Brooke is very good at setting her goals and then voraciously going after them.
What do you think is her goal as far as Ridge is concerned?
She wants a ring.
Marriage?
Yes, she would like nothing more than to be Mrs. Ridge Forrester. She is the consummate social climber.
Mm-hmm. Somehow I got the impression that Ridge wasn't interested in that kind of a commitment with her.
Well, I thought he was too smart. But obviously, his intellect has been dulled by his attraction to her.
Caroline, why don't you sit down? You know, you're directing a great deal of emotion toward this woman for what, as far as I can tell, is as much Ridge's doing as hers.
Well, that's because you haven't seen her in action. You should have seen her this morning at breakfast. She planned a special little breakfast for Ridge, and then she hovered over him, waiting on him, hand and foot. And he just ate it up. Of course, what man wouldn't?
Well, what, are you afraid that she might create some type of real emotional commitment by doing these things?
It could happen. Ridge is human. I mean, he could succumb to her.
Caroline, as far as you know, Ridge has no real deep feelings for Brooke as far as the relationship is concerned now.
Well, there is something else that I haven't told you. Apparently, Ridge told Brooke that he loves her.
Clarke didn't stay for breakfast? Told him I'd fix him something. Guess he must have been in a hurry. Margo, is there anything special you'd like? Margo, what is it? Is it happening?
I think it's just another false alarm.
When was your last contraction?
5 minutes ago.
Are you disappointed?
I just want this to be over. I want to see my baby. I want to hold him.
It could be today.
Well, it's not. If it isn't, I really think I should make plans to stay somewhere else tonight.
Why?
I don't think your husband is too thrilled with this arrangement.
He said something to you?
Nothing I can't handle.
Damn, I resent his attitude sometimes. This is my home, too. Margo, you're staying here tonight. Now, this is the last thing I want you worrying about. A few nights on that couch isn't gonna kill him.
You are such a wonderful friend to me.
So are you.
It's so ironic.
Ironic?
Never mind.
Are you sure there isn't anything I can get you?
Well, you could do me a favor.
Anything.
When the baby arrives, would you be its godmother?
Margo, nothing would thrill me more. I would love to be your baby's godmother. Oh, thank you.
Ridge told Brooke that he loves her?
Well, she made him say that to her. That was the condition of her moving back in the house.
Ah, and that's why you're convinced that he has no real feelings for her.
Yes, she extorted those words out of him. He's not in love with her. He's in love with what she provides him with.
You think he would succumb that easily?
Obviously, he has.
Just let me turn this around. Is he the kind of person who would trade words for sex?
Well, I guess in this case, he is.
And from the way you described him, I never thought of him as someone who would use promises like that to get what he wants.
Well, I don't either. But apparently, Brooke has the ability to get him to say these things.
Then you see her achieving her goal. Marriage to Ridge.
If that ever happened, I can't even think about it.
Force yourself. Now, how would you feel if something like that happened?
I would feel like a part of me died. A really big part of me. I don't think I'd feel the same about my life. I can't let that happen.
Is this what's causing you to be so intense about making your decision?
It's not just Brooke. I mean, I would tell Ridge today that I loved him if it wasn't for Thorne. But that's the other part of it. This morning, he was so kind and understanding. He wanted to make love. And as usual, I didn't want to. But he didn't pressure me. He accepted my feelings without a word of argument or any attempt to persuade me. He respects me. And he respects my feelings.
How long do you think this can go on?
I don't know. I mean, I know it can't go on indefinitely. I can't keep putting Thorne through this. I'm hurting him. I don't know, maybe he would be better off if I left him. But if I leave him for Ridge, that will devastate him. And then there's his mother, Stephanie.
What does she have to do with this? Why do you persist in worrying about what others think?
Because if I leave Thorne for Ridge, Stephanie is going to hate me, with very good reason.
Caroline, think about yourself. Do what's best for you.
That is so hard for me. That's an understatement, in fact. This is the most difficult decision I've ever made in my life. But time's running out. I've got to make a decision. Brooke is moving in on Ridge closer and closer every day. If I don't make my decision soon, I'm not going to have a decision to make.
Ridge leave already?
Yes, he just left. Do you need a lift?
No, I'm fine. I just wanted to say you look very happy.
I don't remember when I've been so happy.
Confident?
Oh, yes, definitely. And secure. It's such a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But then you feel that way, too. It's so evident.
Is it?
Yes.
Good.
I'm serious about before. I know I'll never become close with your mother, but I would like the four of us to get closer.
I'd like that, too.
Does Caroline talk about me much?
The truth?
Yes, the truth.
Caroline and I discuss less and less.
I can't believe that.
Oh. I try to cover up. I do love her, Brooke. If it's possible to will a relationship to succeed, then it will succeed. But sometimes I wonder if it's possible.
I'm completely stunned.
You know, you've become my confidant. I don't discuss my marriage with anyone else.
And I will keep your confidence. But why wouldn't it be possible? On the outside, it looks as if
I know
everything...
on the outside. Why, we don't fight or anything. It's not that kind of thing. There's not the kind of communication that goes on in a normal, healthy relationship. But I do have one hope.
And that is?
This is in the strictest confidence.
Of course.
Caroline is seeing a therapist.
A therapist? You mean like a marriage counselor?
I'm not sure what it means. It could indicate that she's doing it to help our marriage.
Oh, that must be the reason.
Or it could mean that she's doing it to find a rationale to end it. I'm not really sure which it is. Obviously, I'm telling you this for a reason.
Thorne, if you're saying that Caroline is still after Ridge, it's too late. He already told me he loves me, and I believe him.
Brooke, my brother belongs to no woman. Not until she's married to him.